Guys, it's Trevor with Embers. Today, I'm doing a side-by-side. You guys have been asking for it. We have the brand new redesigned Summit, which we did a review on. We liked it a lot, versus the top of the line Genesis. A lot of people are wondering, is it worth the extra money for the Summit, or do you stick, save some money, and get the best value out of the Genesis? Today I'm gonna tell you which one I think you should go with. Let's roll. Don't forget, if you're in the Denver, Colorado area, you can come to our showroom, check out all of our Weber gas grills, or you can check out all the other awesome brands that we sell here too. I kind of feel like we are the barbecue grill experts, especially in the gas field in the Denver metro area, but of course I'm biased. I think we have one of the best showrooms to show off gas grills as well. Also, if you're not local and you're interested in purchasing a gas grill, give us first stab at the business. If you like what you're learning in this video, helps us out a ton when you guys do that. Subscribe to the channel, do all the things, helps us out. All right, so you guys saw my review of the new Summit, and I really liked it. I thought they had made some much needed improvements on this grill. Honestly, a long time coming, and long overdue, but some features that were necessary on a grill in this price range. But the question is did they put enough upgrades in it to make it a better purchase than the Genesis? Today I'm gonna dig into them, go side by side, and at the end I'm gonna let you know which one I think is better for the money. We're not totally apples to apples on everything. This is the non-smart version. The new smart version is coming out with a completely redesigned smart system. But what I wanted to do is get the most expensive Genesis. Now, obviously you can get a more affordable one and really save some money, and see if the most expensive Genesis can compete with the Summit. So I'm gonna start from the ground up. Now, what's interesting is they both have basically the same caster system. All right, and then our storage drawers, we have the soft close with the handles running horizontal, versus on the Genesis, no soft close and the handles run vertical. Soft close is definitely nice, but honestly, one of the things I really like is the storage compartment on the Genesis. I actually prefer that on the Genesis over the Summit. The fact that we have this little storage compartment here. Side shelves are near identical, look like about the same size and shape and design. We have the same piece of junk side burner in both of them. No, just kidding. It's not that useful. There's way better side burners out in the marketplace besides these ones. And they both have the exact same side burner, so you're not really missing anything there. You do get a little bit here on the, you sort of get these bars where you could hook stuff on or put towels on. That's definitely kind of handy. So we have the single-handed spark ignition. So our igniters are gonna be different. So here, we'll turn our knob, then we gotta press our ignition button. Versus on the Summit, our igniters turn just like that with the knob. There's no need to press a separate button, so it's more of a one-handed feature. So that's a nice upgrade. Again, not enough to break the bank for it. Smart grill features here. On the existing Genesis, now again, this may be changing over time, especially as we see the new smart grill features roll out on the Summit. But as of right now, when I'm filming this video, the existing smart grill feature on the Weber, in my opinion, is fairly useless. It's pretty much a smart probe that you can use the app with, but it's integrated into the system. Now I will say the app does control a few things. One, right in your app, it's gonna tell you how full your propane tank is, and then two, we can control our lighting with our app. So it does have some controllability with the grill versus like a third-party system, but in my opinion, save the money, get a nice meter set, or even Weber sells their own, you know, the iGrill or Weber Connect or whatever it is, and just have it set on the counter, and you can save some money that way. So that's where I would go with the Genesis. However, I've not reviewed the new smart features coming out on the Summit, and they're supposedly much more interactive, much more useful, and much more helpful. All right, now I think the biggest difference we're gonna see is once we open up the hood. Now they both have the exact same handle, they both have the in-handle lighting, which you can see here. But as far as the design of the two grills are a little bit different under the hood, but so far as you can see, for the most part, casters, carts, side shelves, even the control panel on the front are near identical. They both have lit up backlit handles, but let's talk cooking space now. So the Summit, what I do like, only comes in one size, and that size is big. So it's 37 inches by 19 deep. This is the largest Genesis, which is 34 and a half by 19, so same depth. So you're losing a couple inches of cooking space, not significant. So don't buy it off of cooking space. They're near identical. With the Summit, you do get a smoker box. You can see I have the spit rod here, which I'll talk about rotisseries in a minute. They both have the, what do they call that? The Weber Craft. They both have the Weber crafted inserts. Those are both gonna come standard with the grill. Most Genesis are gonna be cast iron cooking grates, okay? But again, this is the top of the line Genesis. So when you go to the top of the line, you do get stainless steel. Now I don't know if these are 6 or 7 millimeter, but with the Summit, you're definitely getting the much more heavy duty 9 millimeter. So you're getting better cooking grates with the Summit. So that's kind of nice. Okay, both have basically the exact same construction on our cast aluminum firebox. Now, if you watch any of my videos, it helps with even heat retention, helps with longevity, but this is sort of the claim to fame with Weber. Napoleon also does it on a lot of their grills, but one of my favorite features, and both fireboxes are designed the same. They both have that same feature, so that's really nice. I actually prefer the warming rack on the Genesis because it's more of like a fold away feature. All right. The warming rack is about the same size. We have more vertical space in the Summit, and this is adjustable on tiers, but the way it actually folds away, I actually prefer the Genesis for that. Now let's look at our flame tamers and our burners. So here's our flame tamers on our Genesis, and then we have individual burners, and there's their tried and true burner system. So a little bit bigger flame tamers on the Summit. I haven't seen an issue with flare-ups on either one of these grills. They both work exceptional for that. Same exact burner, so you can see the burners here. But again, they self-ignite with one hand on the Summit, and you can see the crossfire technology there. So in the Summit, they've added those crossfire burners to connect the burners, and that's really helpful. Like if you had this one on and the wind blew it out, or for some reason it was off, it would relight itself. So that's kind of a nice feature. The Genesis does not have that. So you can see so far, they are really stinking similar. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention, the hood system is a little bit different. Okay, so this is the Genesis, or the Summit I should say, almost like has a 3-piece hood system. Really it's 2, but let me explain. So the cast aluminum firebox is 1 piece and goes up above the grill, up above your cooking space. So that's like piece 1, right? Then we have the back piece of the hood, all right? Then we have the hood itself, which sort of rolls over. Now this is a better hood system. I think it helps retain heat, it helps with wind, and it's just, you don't have to lift it up as high. All right, so we'll call it a 3-piece. Really, it's a 2-piece. The Genesis is just your basic clamshell. Like literally think of a clamshell opening. It's just a single hinge. You can see literally these pin hinges are right here, and it rolls up. It doesn't even roll, it just lifts up like a clam hinge. So it sits a little higher, you can see, even though the Summit is taller. When the lid is open, this actually sits up higher. So if you're short, you could have a little trouble opening this, and I don't think it does as good of a job with wind and heat retention. Just my opinion. Again, nothing huge, but a different hood design. Now there are 2 main cooking differences with this grill. Between these 2 grills, I should say. The first is the Genesis inside. Now all your burners are evenly spaced, but what the Genesis does is they give you a sear zone. Now it's not really a sear zone. I mean, it is, it gets hotter, but essentially they put an extra burner in between the evenly spaced burners. So we have a lot of centralized heat right here, and this can be your sear station where we can get a lot of extra heat. That's how you're gonna sear with the Genesis. So in the main firebox, I actually like that. You get more versatility in the Genesis grill with that extra sear burner. Now it's not a true infrared sear burner, but that's what the Summit does. So as part of their rotisserie system, and I think the biggest and most important upgrade that the Summit did, was they put the infrared burner on the roof of this grill. So you can double it as a broiler, as a sear station, right on this warming rack, but it's gonna cook from the top down. So it's not a direct sear, but it's more like a broil type sear. And we'll show you a little clip of the video. It works. Run the footage, Chris. So two totally different ways you can see how they sear. I don't know which one I like better. I like the versatility that the main cooking space gives you. With this, you're gonna get more surface area to sear with, like if you have a lot of steaks to do. With this, we just have this single strip, so it's a little harder to do a lot of steaks at once in this. So I think, again, the Genesis actually gives you a little more versatility. So that's really the differences in a nutshell. Both are made in the Chicago area, both made in the United States. They both have, when you do the enamel system, you know, the scratch-proof lid system, both are tried and true there. So let me give you my final thoughts and tell you which one I would go with. All right, which one do you go with? Well, let me just overview the differences. Carts are basically the same. You get soft close with the Summit. However, you get the storage with the Genesis. Side shelves are the same. They both have the same side burner. Both have the same fireboxes, although the Weber is slightly bigger. They both have the same burners. The self-igniting knobs are a little bit better. The crossfire connectors are better. The hood system is better. And you get the broiler infrared station. However, we get a better warming
rack.
There we go, warming rack. And we get the extra sear burner in the Genesis. To me, for over $1,000, you're gonna be under the $2,000 price range here for the most expensive Genesis. The Weber, you're pushing $4,000. So you're talking double the price, more than double the price. Actually, probably about double the price for the top of the line. I'm not seeing double the price of grill here. I'm just not. And honestly, in the $4,000 price range, we can go a lot more premium than the Summit. I think in this price range, it brings in a lot of luxury competitors that can really blow away the Summit. In this price range, under the 2,000, there's only a few brands out there that can compete with the Genesis. Napoleon and Broil King are just a few that come to the top of my head that can really compete in this space. So a lot more competition. I think there's a lot better grills out there for $4,000 than the Summit. And for double the price, I mean, 70% of the grill is the same. I'm thinking Genesis. Now here's what you would do. If you're budget conscious, I won't even buy the top of the line Genesis. Like if you did the black enamel with the cast iron cooking grates, 3 burner, now you're really talking saving some money. I think the side burner is a piece of junk. You don't even need the side burner. So just the straight 335 or 325, or they all might come with the side burner now. They have so many SKUs I can't keep track. But that is an exceptional value, and now you're saving thousands for a grill that's not a whole lot different or a whole lot better. So they did make improvements with the Summit, but if I'm talking shopping with my wallet in mind, I'd probably go with the Genesis. Now, if wallet is no concern and I can spend $4,000 or $5,000, I'm not buying a Genesis, I know that, because I'm above that price range, but I'm also probably not buying a Summit either. I'm probably getting out of the Weber market. I'm getting out of the Weber game in the $4,000 price range. If you want to see what some of those grills will look like, we'll include some links below of some, in my opinion, much better products that Weber can offer in this space. But this is where Weber dominates, is the Genesis market. And there's a reason, it's because they pack a lot of value for what you get. So I'm going Genesis all day long. We'll see you guys next time.